Let's go straight to the top story this evening. United States President Donald Trump has said that he told Apple CEO Tim Cook that that's Trump, is not interested in the company building in India. Now, Trump's remarks came during his address at the Gulf Cooperation Council leaders meeting in Doha. President Trump was in Qatar for the second leg of his West Asia visit. Trump said that he told Tim Cook that India can take care of itself. Remember, Apple in February had announced that it would invest $500 billion in the United States over the next 4 years, but it's also been hiking its production out of India. First, here's President Trump.
I had a little problem with Tim Cook yesterday. I said to him, Tim, you're my friend. I've treated you very good. You're coming in with $500 billion, but now I hear you're building all over India. I don't want you building in India. You can build in India if you want to take care of India, because India is one of the highest tariff nations in the world. It's very hard to sell into India. And they've offered us a deal where basically they're willing to literally charge us no tariff. I said, Tim, look, we've treated you really good. We put up with all the plants that you built in China for years. Now you got to build us. We're not interested in you building in India. India can take care of themselves. They're doing very well.
Well, that is President Trump speaking in Doha. Now, government sources have told CNBC-TV18 that Apple has assured the Indian government that it proposes to continue to have India as a major manufacturing base for its products. And Ashmit joins us now to take us through how we should read into President Trump's comments when it comes to Apple's India footprint. Ashmit.
Well, Tim Cook had led Apple is at a crossroads at this moment now. Trump's mega tariffs compelled Apple to look beyond China to manufacturing in India. And today, as Trump tries to crack a deal with China, he's telling Tim Cook not to make in India. Now, recounting a conversation with Tim Cook, Trump claims to have told the Apple CEO, I don't want you building in India. Trump further said that we put up with all the plants that you built in China for years. We're not interested in you building in India. India can take care of themselves. Now, this comes as a rude shock to Apple. The tech major had hedged against massive tariffs on China by shipping production to India. Now, Tim Cook confirmed this on an investor call on May 1st. He said, and I quote, the existing tariffs that apply to Apple today are based on the product's country of origin. We do expect that the majority of iPhones sold in the US will have India as their country of origin, end of quote. Now, even without Tim's confirmation, Apple's India blitz was already visible on the ground with increased Apple production. Here are the numbers. In FY25, iPhone production in India soared to $22 billion. That's up 60% on a year-on-year basis. Similarly, iPhone exports clocked a 75% YOY growth, coming in at $17.4 billion. Now, for FY25, now, outside of the national numbers, the iPhone push was also visible at the retail level. In January to March 2025 quarter, Apple clocked shipments of an unprecedented 3 million iPhones. This translates to YOY growth of 23%, which seems even more remarkable when the overall smartphone shipments for this quarter was down by 6%. Now, this has taken Apple's market share to 9.5%. Here's another Apple trivia. iPhone 16, starting at over 70,000 rupees, was the highest shipment model, aggregating to 4% of the total India shipments. Now, this love affair with Apple has led to increased production lines at Apple's two contract manufacturers in India, that's Foxconn India and Tata Electronics. And anticipating a bigger footprint, Motherson Sumi joined the supply chain in August of 2024. Apple was also reportedly in talks with electronics major Dixon to grow India production. Now, all signs pointed towards growing synergy between Apple on one hand and India on the other. So why the shocker from Donald Trump now? Well, here's a possible kicker. Trump's statement comes in at a time when he's looking to mend fences with the Chinese. US and China have signed a 90-day trade war truce. Now, this shocker comes at a time when experts warned about growing Chinese discomfort with industries shifting their base to India. Meanwhile, Indian government sources are more optimistic. They are reassuring that Apple has no change of plans for manufacturing in India for now. Commerce Ministry officials are telling us that companies will recognize value of manufacturing in India and they'll continue on their path. They told us that even Apple's investment decisions will be based on their manufacturing competitiveness. And finally, that modern assembly operations available in India are conducive for Apple's manufacturing plans.
Absolutely, Ashmit. Many thanks for joining us. And that is where things currently stand. But of course, a lot of this is a developing story and many moving parts. We'll keep you updated as we get more. And speaking of President Trump, the U.S.